Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of Jakarta, a Korean crime comedy from 2000. Lately I've been reviewing some older movies that have received either physical media or streaming releases in recent months, and here we have another example. I've been wanting to review Jakarta for ages, and its availability is finally good enough to dedicate a separate review, so here we go. 3 teams of people decide to rob the same bank on the same day at the same time. That's your premise, and it's pretty cool. One of the most enjoyable aspects of Jakarta is the script writing. So it uses like a change in perspective element that alters the interpretation of events that have played out before that point. So for example, one of the characters might have a task related to this robbery. They're preparing for it. They got to get something done. And it may appear that they have succeeded in completing that task. Everything seems to have gone smoothly, but not so fast. A scene later in the movie will show you what actually happened from another character's perspective, and you realize that they actually failed in achieving that task. And as more information and scenes play out in the movie, you're forced to reinterpret things that happened earlier in the film. So Jakarta is an unexpectedly clever caper comedy, is how I would describe this. It stockpiles lots of surprises, entertainment value, as it establishes this huge coincidence. You got 3 teams of robbers who are robbing the same bank at the same time. What are the chances that would happen, right? And then it systematically breaks that scenario down to reveal that there was more going on behind the scenes. Now, I have reviewed a few other films on this channel that use this same storytelling structure. The big one, in my opinion, is the Korean romantic comedy Couples from 2011, which is a remake of the Japanese film Stranger of Mine from 2005. I'm always fascinated with this change in perspective storytelling. It's pretty neat, and it's even more entertaining when it's paired with a comedic backdrop. Because remember, Jakarta is essentially like a low-key comedy. Never takes itself too seriously, despite the fact that the script is legitimately smart. There's no pretension to this movie at all, which is pretty cool. Very delightful. A lot of humor is situational, mostly involving characters who are surprised to find out what's really going on. Or, on the other hand, some of these characters are completely oblivious to what's going on, but we know what's going on. So they blindly think something happened, and we're sitting there understanding that they have no idea what's happening, and it's quite amusing at times. I think it's pretty effective, and I smile endlessly while watching this because it has a lot of charm to it. This kind of has that early 2000s indie vibe that a lot of Korean movies had from that time, near the turn of the century. It's not as glossy or production value heavy as a lot of modern Korean films, but it has a lot of heart to it, and it has a distinguishable personality as well. On the negative side, if I was to point something out, there are some moments in this that are slightly artificial in how a person would react to that situation in real life. So you could poke some holes into the realism of some of these events. There were a few moments where I was questioning, I was questioning the decision making of a few of the characters. Would somebody react that way in real life, or wouldn't they? I don't think they would. So that's a little bit of a flaw, but it's all in good fun as part of this comedic caper flick, so it's kind of easy to roll with it. I do strongly recommend this movie. It's lighthearted and fun for viewers prepared to bring their brain. You are going to have to think through some things, maybe watch the film twice to get all of the details as to what's really going on, because it is pretty detailed. It's currently available streaming on Viki.com. That's Viki. I know it's available for American viewers. If you're in other countries, you may want to try it. I know Viki is a little bit erratic in their region locking of their online content. But if it is available, you can watch it for free, because it's available for free. Check this one out. I think it's a pretty cool flick. And as always, I will see you next time.